Welcome to the Post Sunday app. We're glad you've joined us today with this short video. We hope this video encourages you to apply the sermon after Sunday. And boy, we're on the tail end of Luke here. The end is coming.
Yeah, I've so enjoyed our time in Luke. I think it's been great for just me personally, spiritually, and neat for our church to think through all the themes of Luke. And I was just this morning trying to think through how do we land this thing? We're within, Lord willing. I said 2 messages yesterday, and I thought I should have added Lord willing. But I think we're within 2 messages of landing the plane and bringing everything to a conclusion. And there's just so much to talk about that we'll see how we finish up.
There is this sense I'm going to feel just of loss, just of loving the book, loving Luke. And obviously, the next thing will be great as we do over the Old Testament. But
I don't want to oversell it, but it's going to be the best series that our church has ever experienced.
On the Old Testament.
On the Old Testament and Jesus in the Old Testament. I don't want to oversell.
Okay, that's right.
But
it's a risk take.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. God, God's just so gracious to us to allow us to preach from His Word and talk through it as a congregation, and just been really encouraged.
Yeah. Well, yesterday Jesus eats.
Yes. Yeah.
Eats a piece of fish.
Yes.
And boy, that exploded out from there. It was really good.
Yeah. My kids want to start a restaurant called Fish Fillet. I don't know. I think I sensed some lawsuit, copyright infringements.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
Their marketing plan was to have these chickens who are telling people to eat fish. And they would be really good spellers. Anyway,
that's good.
Off topic. But so Jesus eats fish in the story that we looked at on Sunday, and there are just so many implications of such a simple act.
Yeah. One of your points in the sermon was why it's important that Jesus ate. You said it assures that the physical world is just as good and real as the spiritual world. And a question came in about that of if the physical world, and it was worded, isn't evil, how can we legitimately enjoy it and guard ourselves from materialism?
Yeah, there's so many things in the Christian life that it's hard to balance, and you just go one side over here, and all of a sudden you're not living rightly. If you go one side over here, you're not living rightly. So, you think about legalism versus lawlessness. So you have to balance between believing that righteousness is achieved through moral living. You don't want to go that direction, but you also don't want to live this lawless lifestyle that reflects poorly on Christ. So there's just so much in the Christian life that's about balance, and that's true when it comes to material things. On one side, you have this belief that, or on the one hand, our hearts are dangerously attracted to material things, and that is certainly true of my heart. And we can so easily, as we have material things, begin to fall in love with them. And then, on the other hand, you can have this belief that, well, because I can become materialistic, all material things are bad. And so you kind of swing over on that side. I think that's why Paul's words to Timothy are so precious in 1 Timothy 6 that we looked at. He says, look, tell the rich of this world not to set their hope in these things, but to enjoy them, and to give to those who have need. And so we live in a physical world, and within the physical world, our goal is to glorify God. And so that's just the challenge that exists for us as believers.
Okay. You hear the argument sometimes that this passage of Scripture is prescriptive, it's descriptive. So when someone approaches this text, how help them to understand can't this just be descriptive of Jesus' resurrection body? Does it really mean that we will be in a physical body in reality with Jesus in eternity?
Yes. So 1 Corinthians 15, well, all throughout the New Testament, really, we see this idea that Jesus is the first fruits of the resurrection. And so what happened to Jesus in Jesus' resurrection, the New Testament writers say, look, this is what's going to happen to you. And so they point to Jesus as the first among the church, among what's going to happen to the rest of us. For example, we looked at 1 Corinthians 15. Just as we have borne the image of the man of dust, we shall also bear the image of the man of heaven. And so that and that's in the context of talking about the new body that we're going to have. And so just as we had a body similar to Adam, we're going to have a body similar to Jesus. And so that's why I think it's appropriate to say that Jesus's body is not just descriptive, but it's also it's descriptive in the sense of describing what's also going to take place for us. So it's prescriptive in that sense.
Yeah. Okay. Did you know that my Sunday school lesson yesterday was 1 Corinthians 15?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, did you nail it?
So, I had that sinking feeling as I'm listening to you preach, like, am I going to have anything left to teach here?
Man, I wish I had known that. I would have gone over and like, hey, I need a little, give me your outline, save me a little time here.
I know. I didn't put two and two together. So I knew it was coming in Luke, and but it was really neat to see how God orchestrated that together.
Neat.
But I remember when you taught the youth at Bethany Baptist, and I'm going to get the title wrong, but you taught on heaven, and something like, it's not going to be as boring as you think it's going to be, or something like that.
Yeah, I don't remember.
There was some theme you had I thought was really, really funny.
That's hilarious.
But you mentioned that in the sermon yesterday about talking to youth about what do you enjoy here on earth, what do you enjoy in heaven.
Right.
Can someone rightly say, well, I really enjoy ice cream here on earth. Boy, I am really going to enjoy having that for eternity. Can they say that?
I think so. I think whatever it is about ice cream in its essence that we enjoy, that's going to be magnified and enjoyed in heaven. And again, I love how C.S. Lewis describes it, as he describes these through these really fairy tales, the fantasy series, the Chronicles of Narnia, how he ends that series with them entering into heaven, and everything that they loved about Narnia or the world that we live in, England or whatever, everything they loved about there was richer and more vibrant and more true in heaven, not less true. And I think that's biblical. I think that's what we see I think that's what we see described in Revelation, this new heaven, this new earth. And so I think the essence of the things that we love here on earth, it's not aberrations that we love those things. We are designed to enjoy the physical world, and so those things, those physical sensations that we enjoy now, I think we're going to enjoy them in a more profound, deeper way in heaven. And I don't know what that looks like, but I think it's the things we enjoy now are pictures of what we're going to enjoy in heaven. Okay. So I'm looking forward to ice cream.
Yeah.
Or whatever ice cream really represents.
Yeah. Because when someone says, I'm looking forward to worshiping God for eternity, sometimes the mindset is that means I'm looking forward to singing to God for eternity. How would you unpack that? What that really means when someone says I'm looking forward to worshiping? It's not just singing.
Right.
So what does that mean?
Well, Rachel, who's behind the camera here this morning with us, she was talking about as we're kind of getting ready this morning to begin filming. She was talking about the Garden of Eden and the things that Adam and Eve did in the Garden of Eden, the tasks that were employed for them, and we think about what's going to happen in Revelation, and there's still going to be these kings, and there's going to be societies and things like that. And so as God gives us work to do, those tasks and those things that we do, the relationships, all that encompasses being a human being will be acts of worship, because we'll be doing what God has told us to do, and we'll be doing it in perfect obedience. And so I think that's the essence of what worship will look like in heaven. And I think it will include singing and include praises. We know that there are beings that continually stand before God the Father praising Him, and so that's certainly going to be there. But I think that we're also going to be praising Him by fulfilling what it means to be a human being in the ultimate sense, without sin, but a being who has the image of God, who we have relationship, we create, we do things, we experience reality, we experience a succession of events in time. And so I think we're going to continue to do those things.
Yeah, great.
And eat ice cream.
Good. Well, on that note, go enjoy some ice cream today and look forward to
It's
our
quite the day
future.
for it too, isn't it?
It would be. It would be. So we look forward to heaven. Well, I can't wait.
That's right.
It'll be great.
That's right. One other thing. Sorry.
Yep.
Someone else asked, isn't the ultimate joy in heaven Jesus?
Yeah.
And the answer to that is absolutely. So as I talk about all these things, it's all in the context of, enjoying our relationship with Jesus and like you said, worshiping Him through all those things.
Good.
So heaven is not heaven without Jesus,
Yeah.
without God the Father
Very
and
good.
the Holy Spirit.
Very good. Okay. Well, on that note,
Yeah,
have a great day, and look forward to worshiping with you again soon.